Hello, BAME Farm fans. We're gonna take a small crop tour and show off something different we tried this year. And what's so different? Behind us, we have a field of open pollinated corn. We planted some open pollinated corn, and physiologically, I couldn't tell a whole lot of difference until it started to tassel. And someone's gonna say, oh, why is only this corner tasseling and the rest of the field is not? Yeah, it was very wet this spring. And of course, now we're going on almost 2 weeks without rain. Now other places around us got some spotty pop-up showers earlier in the week, but we got missed. I'm not complaining. After the wet spring, I am not complaining. But I'll take a rain shower. Okay, so what do we have growing out here? Well, thank you to Scott Dudek of Dudek Seeds. Well, we decided to try some of his Tommy Boy open pollinated corn. And that is what we are showing off right now. I believe it's 95 days. This was planted June 7th, roughly. But the only time it was dry. And yes, this field suffered heavily from water issues. This field is always wet because on the other side of those trees, that field somehow gets stuck draining over here, and it's not set up properly. And this is my uncle's field, so we can say that's his problem. And so we decided to try the open pollinated corn out on him. Now, it was sprayed just like the rest of our corn with Trizar, which is a mix of atrazine, metachlor, and mesotrione. Corn came out fairly clean. This field has had a history of cockleburs. There's no cockleburs. A little bit of grass because we sprayed it late. This corn was sprayed slightly off label, but we can see the burned up remnants of cockleburs down here. That's not why we're out here. We're out here to look at the corn, and of course I'm looking at the best section. Let's see, temps at 2 ears going here. That's good, that's good. We had the moisture. Hopefully the deer don't like this more. There's those little deer beans. And I don't know if that's deer damage pulling the top out like that. Now, being open pollinated, typically we're going to run 25% more protein in the grain. I haven't had it tested, but that's just some reading I've done. There's a lot of attempts at 2 ears. I mean, there's a single. This stalk's going for 2. Now I'm worried about this smaller stalk next to it. Let's say the hybrid corn we planted isn't quite this far along to really compare to see how it's doing. But I'm happy with how this is turning out right now for the field we stuck this poor corn in. I mean, it's doing a good job. Now, we didn't fertilize any differently. We put out about 225 pounds of triple 19 and 150 pounds of anhydrous on it. Hopefully that didn't make it grow too tall. We have good height. It's over 8 foot tall right now. And 2 ears, or the top ear here has hit me about eye level. But we still have a few months to go. It's the first weekend of August. We got to get through August, get into September, and hopefully this will be drying down fairly early, Halloween or not long after. And of course, I'm also hoping we don't have a crazy wet fall. We planted the short season corn for my uncle also because he likes to ear pick. And with his field being wet, he's either got to hopefully get it before it gets wet, or he has to be out here when it freezes, hopefully, if it freezes. Now, we don't have to go far, and we're getting into a wet section. Yeah, just a few fall panicums, maybe a barnyard grass that escaped the spray. But the pre-emergent herbicide wasn't going to kill the cocklebur. Pre-emergent, just in my experience, does not get cockleburs because of the burrs. So now we're out here where it's affected by wetness, and it's not wet anymore. So we're really, throwing the whole bundle of fire at this corn. So come harvest, we'll get another video, check up on it, see how our Tommy Boy corn is doing. But as far as how well it's surviving the moisture and stuff, It could be worse. It didn't die out. You know, there's still plants here. They still got a chance, getting ready to tassel. Huh, I wonder what this is. Got a little yellow streak on this one plant. What are you missing? Must be that special spot. Lots of deer beans. Thank you, deer, for the free fertilizer. Okay, we'll go ahead and wrap this up. Stop looking at all the animal droppings out here. We can see the effects of the water, how it has put the corn behind. The water probably put the corn where I'm standing. It's shooting up flag leaves, and there's a tassel in there. But the water put it, I would say, easily 10 days to 2 weeks at least behind this corn. There's a slight ridge here in the corner. So yes, watch out for your excess water. Ooh, and someone's gonna say, is it tiled? Not sure, but the problem is this property is so chopped up, to get it to a drain point you have to go across other people's property. So then there's that hassle. This is our Sunday morning corn check of the open pollinated corn. We'll catch up you guys later. I can't wait for harvest. Harvest will be fun because of the ears. I mean, obviously corn is typically yellow. However, the open pollinated corn will sometimes turn out some red ears. So that'll be delightful. Oh yes, another thing. This reminds me of being out in like the sweet corn patch or the Indian corn, because the tassels are so big, like a big floppy tassel. Lots of pollen, yeah. Shake that down, get it on the silks. There. I'm helping the plant reproduce. So that's the physiological difference. I'd say the ears, or not the ears, the leaves aren't, they're mostly upright. Oh, yes, that's in reference to the ligule. There's ligulous corn where the leaves almost come straight up so they can cram the plants tighter. I guess these leaves do have plenty of room to arch out. So if you haven't seen an open pollinated cornfield, this is what it looks like after it's been rained on excessively and is now mildly dry. But, you know, it's better to have a rough year to really test it out than to get a good year. That way you're not surprised on a bad year. Well, we'll wrap this up. That's been a fun farming show and tell here at Bame Farm. Check us out on Instagram, and we will catch you guys with more fun farming action.